I mean, same thing we do in between every period. We try to assess our game and see where we can make corrections and, where we can get better. And, the players took it upon themselves to find a way to find that next gear in the second period.
Cayla, you looked strong tonight, a little aggressive. It was nice to see your style of play up close today. How do you feel like your style fits in with the team?
Yeah, I think it's great. I think that, we try to move pucks north, play a lot of offense, so I think that fits really well into my game. And we like to be physical. I know I'm a smaller body, but I also like to be physical, so I think it fits it pretty well.
Kori, a game like this where, I'm not trying to word this where you don't get fined for it, but how difficult is it to adjust when you don't know what it is that the referees are going to call on the ice at any given point?
Yeah, I mean, we've talked about it as a team. We just try to play through any outside distractions, and the refs are a part of the game, but they're not a part of our team. So we just try to stay focused on what we can control, and it's important for us to have open and productive conversations and keep it respectful, and but making sure that both teams are treated equally on the ice and as fairly as possible, and that the game is called the way it needs to be called. So we just try to focus on our game, and it's on us to stay out of the box, and it's on us to stay out of situations that look like we could take a penalty to go into the box. So we take all the ownership on that.
Did the refs explain why Eldridge wasn't given 5 and 10 for the cross check to the back of one of your players' heads?
No. No. And, there was a lot of that tonight, we found. We pride ourselves on, standing up for ourselves, keeping our hands down, keeping our sticks down. We talk about it all the time, that we're not a dirty team. We don't like to play that way. We don't want to be known for that. And, tonight there was a bit of that, and some pretty, dangerous hits, and that, some of them went unnoticed.
Going off of that, you guys are headed to Boston next week. What's the key to keeping, some momentum for you guys after coming off of a road trip loss here?
You want me to answer it?
Go for it.
Yeah. This is why I'm here. Yeah, I mean, every week is a new challenge. Every team is a new challenge. And, when we come into, we're on the road quite a bit this month. And so it's important that we find a way when we're, not in our building, which arguably has the loudest fans in the league. We have to still find a way to get that energy on our bench, and to play the team across the rink to the best of our ability. And Boston will give us a good game, as they always do, and they'll be physical. And like Barnesy said earlier, actually I have two very physical players with me, and I love that. I love that, Barnesy takes, I think it was Eldridge, right into the end wall, and, that type of stuff. Like, we want to play that way. We want to make sure that we're sticking up for ourselves, for each other, and letting people know that they're not going to walk all over us.
The two regulation goals for the Sirens came off of a rebound, a weird play in front.
Yeah.
Is that something that you're looking at? Because you guys are typically pretty good net front. Was there a miscommunication there today, or?
No, I mean, I feel like the goals started from further away. They started, one of them was, an ozone draw that was lost, and then everybody kind of sped through our players, so there was no kind of tie-up. And then it kind of went down into our end, and then there was an icing, and now we're tired. And so really, when you look at it, yeah, broken play, puck not pushed to the wall, didn't win our net front, but it all stemmed from not getting the momentum from about 45 seconds earlier. So, it's actually something that we've been talking about for the past few games, about owning both net fronts and pushing dangerous pucks to the wall. A bouncing puck in the slot is never something you want to try to make a play on north. You usually want to make a play with it laterally. So it was unfortunate that those two pucks went in, because it's something that we've been talking about. So we'll have to continue to talk about it.
for Katie about scoring big goals all the time, to tie games,
Yeah.
win games.
And our power play scored, so maybe we could talk about that, because that's positive.
That's awesome.
That's positive, and,
There were some new techniques on the power play tonight, it looked like.
yep, totally new techniques, yeah.
What was the goal with the changes that you made, other than goals? Like, was the conception behind it?
You scored it, so you should talk about it. I loved it, you scored it.
I feel like we've just been focusing on getting pucks through and getting pucks to the net, honestly. As simple as that. Getting bodies in front, taking away goalies' eyes. They're so talented in our league, so with that goal, having someone like Dubois to take away the goalie's eyes is a huge key to our power play's success.
Looking forward to the playoffs for the players, is there anything that you're focusing on, like mentally or on the ice with your game, that you want to like hone a little bit better before we get to that period of the season?
Well, we gotta focus on getting there first. Obviously there's still 7-ish games left. So every point matters. Anyone can jump ahead in this league. So just, focusing on that, focusing on little details that we can all work on. I think we all have individual things that we need to look at, because it's not good enough to win games in overtime or, we got to win in regulation as well. So just looking forward to, working on those little things and, continuing to get regulation wins here as we move towards the postseason.